Well, good morning and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is William Austin. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. We trust that you are well this wonderful Friday morning. You made it again, another Friday. Great job. We're so proud of you. We're so proud of you. All right, let's get started. Here's something you're probably not going to read about or see about. Hopefully you will, but maybe not, because it's buried in the Colorado Springs-based newspaper, The Gazette. But it's not hard to figure out why the media isn't anywhere near this school and the shooting plot that was foiled by authorities. When you read about the background of the would-be killer, the local press has committed acts of violence against the rules outlined by the progressive left. William Whitworth, 19-year-old, was charged with planning to commit a mass murder at Timberville Middle School in Colorado Springs. In the affidavit, Whitworth's sisters didn't refer to the accused by male pronouns, but as Lily Whitworth, transgender. So you can see why no one outside of some local outlets wants to go near this one. This is from Fox 21 News. On Thursday, April 6th, that was yesterday, William Whitworth, who identifies as Lily Whitworth, was formally charged with the following offenses: criminal attempt to commit murder in the first degree, 2 counts, criminal mischief, menacing, interference with staff, faculty, or students of educational institutions. The defendant's preliminary hearing is slated for May 5th at 2:30. Her bond is set at $75,000. A statement from the ASD 20 spokesperson explained Whitworth attended 3 ASD, and that's the school district, I guess, schools over 2 years, but for only 9 months. Okay. The person was at Prairie Hills Elementary School, Homeschool Academy, and Timberville Middle School. The 911 reported her sister, identified as Lily. The caller identified, the sister called 911 and identified her sister as Lily Whitworth, threatened to shoot up a school at least twice, and had severe anger issues, per arrest papers. Upon arrival, the deputy entered the home and noticed that trash piled up all around the house to where it made it hard to walk inside. Seems like there's a hoarder situation going on there, but who knows? The deputy also reported numerous containers filled with half-eaten food and mold growing inside, and numerous alcoholic beverage containers lying about the house. The deputy was directed to the room where Whitworth was reportedly sleeping and saw 2 holes in the wall that appeared to be punch marks, as well as the door to the bedroom off its hinges lying beside an open door. Inside the room was trash piled as high as Whitworth's bed, a hole in the wall beside the bed, and the sheets were stained brown, according to the affidavit. While being questioned, Whitworth told the deputy she had been planning a school shooting for a month or two and was about a third of the way from doing it. Now, all of this is coming just after the proclaimed Trans Day of Vengeance. Now, I know that we saw from the White House Twitter feed that this was the Trans Day of Visibility, but it didn't start that way. It got changed to Trans Day of Vengeance. From that, it did. All right. The school was, in fact, the main targets, but churches were also on the hit list. Newsweek fact-checked the tweet on social media about transgender being frequent suspects in past shootings. They proved to be correct in that claim. Whether intentional or not, the arrest comes after Audrey Hale, a biological female who identified as a male, shot and killed 6 people at Covenant, a private Christian school, on March 27th. Hale was killed by police for the transgender mass shooter is becoming more frequent and can become more of a trend if the radical left keeps pushing the days of vengeance mentality. If the idea that this is the idea from the White House, LGBTQI kids are resilient, they're fierce, they fight back, they're not going anywhere, they fight back. Hmm. If that, especially in, here's the deal. I work with young people all the time, and what I'll tell you is true. Young people are incredibly impressionable, incredibly. And when you are missing that part of your frontal cortex that deals with consequence and how things are going to work out, my thought to teenagers all the time when they do stupid stuff is, how did you think that was going to work out? How was that going to end? And almost instinctively, almost every single time, the answer is, I didn't know. They just wanted to do it then. They were angry, or they were upset, or they were sad, or whatever. They were just going to do that then, right? And this is one of those cases. Well, where this person just wanted to do something, just wanted to do something. And this, frankly, this kid is screwed up. It seems like this kid's in a screwed up situation, right? It seems like this kid is in a really, really horrific situation, right? Seems like it. And is sort of screaming, acting out in an incredibly destructive way, which you can't conspire to kill people and not get arrested, because that's not how the system works. And I don't think this, because these kids don't know. Oh, you can plan this, but I didn't do anything. Yeah, I know, but other people saw. Other people heard it. No, so you can't openly plan. I guess you can in your head, but you can't openly plan and tell people that you're going to go shoot up a school. You cannot. Menace, conspiracy to commit murder. But you're not going to hear about it. The point is that you're not going to hear about it. It's not going to be on CNN. It's not going to be on ESPN. ESPN might as well be, or MSNBC, or it's not going to be. This may be the only time you hear about it. I hope I'm wrong. But this is not going to be the only time you hear about this. I don't know if you remember Rebecca Jones. Rebecca Jones was the so-called scientist that during COVID accused the governor's office, Florida, the governor's office, of hiding uh, death death stats to make Florida look better. There was an investigation done, and it was found that her claims were unfounded. Her sanity is unfounded. So she claims that on Wednesday, her son was kidnapped. Kidnapped by local police on the orders of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Like, Ron got on the phone and said, "Yeah, that Jones kid, go pick him up." For posting a meme about a school shooting in a Snapchat group. But Jones's version does not line up with what the police have said about the case. It all started when Jones tweeted, her family is not safe in Florida because her son has been taken. Her son has been taken on the governor's orders. "I have sent my husband and daughter out of state for their safety," Jones claims. "DeSantis kidnapped my son over a meme that someone in a Snapchat group then alerted the authorities." Jones shared the meme, which she said was not deemed a threat, but an officer told me the state issued a warrant for my son's arrest for digital threats terrorism. Now, if I can back up, it is people on the left that wanted this kind of legislation because you could bully people on the internet. You could bully people on the, on Facebook. You could bully people on Instagram and on Snapchat. So they wanted this sort of big brother. Big brother has come home to roost for this digital threats of terrorism. Jones threads on Twitter, widely shared by liberals and progressives, are gaining like 12 million views. So, according to the Pensacola News Journal, her son was not kidnapped, but rather Jones turned her son in. Jones turned her son in to the local sheriff's office. So when you say kidnapped, it seems like what? Like they busted the door down and grabbed him and pulled him out in the middle of the night. No, she took him to the office, sheriff's office. An incident report released Thursday afternoon by the Santa Rosa Sheriff's Office alleged that the 13-year-old male repeated threats to shoot up Holly Navre Middle School and stab students who angered him. Investigators interviewed multiple students who spoke with the teenager, as well as those who saw messages he posted on social media. In the messages to his friends, the teenagers made the following statements, among others. I want to shoot up the school. If I get a gun, I'm going to shoot up the school. HNMS. I'm getting a RAF and natural selection shirt, so maybe I don't think many people know what the Columbine shooters look like. Okay, it's been like three or 4 weeks since I got my new antidepressants, and they aren't working, but they're supposed to by now. So I have no hope of getting better. So why not kill the losers at school? A teenager told one of his friends that he planned to shoot up the school Thursday before spring break, but there were too many things going on, so he postponed it until March 31st. Here's what you can't do. You can't have a teenager threatening to shoot up the school, because what it does, even if the teenager is doing it just to get attention, and this may be the case, I don't think so, but it may be the case. It wreaks havoc in the school. It causes panic in the building. So if this was happening, yeah, they have to do something about this kid. Somebody commented on this article. Commander Decker commented, "Hey, they just convicted Douglas Mackey for sharing a voting meme telling people they could text their vote for Hillary." Right? They convicted the dude. Right? But this kid makes an actual threat of violence, and someone takes him on his word, and this is a kidnapping? Really? Something else you may or may not hear about, because the idea is to damage Ron DeSantis at all costs. The thing is to damage Ron DeSantis at all costs. All right, folks, we got to get out of here. Maybe for somebody else. It's another busy day here at fightbackmedia.com. So until we see you again, go out there and learn and love somebody. And for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye now.